My name is Keyuren Maharaj, and I am the creator of CityMender South Africa, or CityMender SA. And CityMender is basically an infrastructure intelligence platform that assists residents to log issues, track issues, but most importantly, see issues on a public map, right? So basically, we're making infrastructure and service delivery transparent. And that is the key difference to other sort of apps similar to this. And that is the most important part, because at the moment we are going through a really terrible service delivery crisis, especially in Johannesburg. And one of the key issues that we are in this, or at this point, is because we can't actually visualize what's happening on the ground. And we are using technology, we are using really cool AI to make those infrastructure and service delivery issues transparent to any resident in South Africa. Another main difference with CityMender is the fact that we've got a WhatsApp concierge service, and it's basically a virtual butler or a virtual counselor, right, for your service delivery issues. So how the app works, just quickly, is you open the app. We do not ask you to register. So it's really simple. You download the app and you go straight into logging issues. And our system, you can log an issue in less than 10 seconds. So it's really efficient, and it's just there to be on the go, right, as a resident if you don't have time. You can either select the location on the map, type your address in, or just use your location. So very similar to Uber, and you can pick from a selected list of issues. You can then also upload a photo or snap a photo straight from the app. And we've got a really cool, innovative AI system that actually redacts all the personal information out. So it safeguards you as a user as well as us as a platform. And that means you can take a picture of a pothole with someone standing behind it, and we don't need to see their face. Then when you actually submit the issue, we've got the only automatic ward detection in the country. So we cover 212 municipalities and 4,200 wards. So whether you are in the Drakensberg Mountains or on a beach in the Eastern Cape, the system knows exactly which municipality and ward you are in, and actually escalates that issue for you, so you don't have to do anything. So it's a system that's basically supposed to take the stress away from you, right, for service delivery. And through the really cool WhatsApp, you get follow-ups up to 3 months. So we know the municipalities do not respond to the issues, and that's why the WhatsApp is there, to just let us know, or let the platform know, and let other residents know that the pothole is still there. We've also got our AI analysis. So when you do log a pothole or water leak, our AI can actually tell us the cost to fix that pothole, or how many liters of water is being wasted from your water leak, through different visual aspects of the photos. And that's the type of technology that we need in South Africa. So I chair the Glenwood Ratepayers Association and the eThekwini Ratepayers Association. Well, I sit on the board, and it was getting really frustrating listening to all of these community leaders come to meetings and discuss what's wrong with the areas, right? But without having any data or concrete evidence to back it up, especially over a period of time, so historically. And that's where CityMender came into play, because at the moment, if you report something to the municipality, it goes to the municipality, and that's basically it, right? You don't actually hear from them, or it's really hard to get an update. So we've built an independent system that works in line with municipalities to just help bring that transparency aspect to residents. So the frustration was sitting in those meetings and listening to all of this. And then these days, we sit in those meetings and we pull up all the data, and we've got really cool specific maps for different needs, right, on the back end that residents don't see, but your community leaders have access to that. But yeah, that's where the frustration ends. And I can tell you, these days it is so much easier dealing with the problems because you've got the data to come up with the solutions. So infrastructure and service delivery as a whole impacts everyone, right? Whether you are young or old, at some point in your life, it will impact you. And you have the choice whether that impact is negative or positive, right? So every pothole, every sinkhole, every street light that's not working takes a toll on our infrastructure as a whole, right? As a country. So this benefits everyone in the long term, because we now have independent historical data that's going to help us plan better, but also predict where the infrastructure might or will fail, right? That's why it's so important that people report. For every small thing, you have to report it, because if you don't report it, no one's actually seeing that or knowing that that issue is there. In the long term, it's going to be highly beneficial. And as I said, with our prediction AI that's going to come into play, because we've now got enough data, it's going to be really, really fascinating. And there's nothing like it on the continent, right? So it's also going to show other African countries how South Africa is doing their infrastructure intelligence. So the biggest challenge was building it myself. The coding initially was a huge headache, and I think it was because from someone with no coding background, to sit in a computer or at a computer for hours and hours, looking at all these lines of letters and numbers, it takes a toll on you mentally. And that was the biggest challenge. And then up until recently, the marketing, because I don't really like social media. I don't pay any attention to my personal social media pages. So doing social media now for CityMender, right, was quite a challenge, but I've actually gotten quite into a rhythm. And then the media aspect too, because you are doing something that impacts the entire country, right? Because CityMender works anywhere in the country. And you're dealing with a lot of media, you have to also engage with them because it's really important. So you're juggling all these stuff, plus, studies. So yeah, that takes a toll, but as I said, it pays off. So yeah, those are the challenges. CityMender's evolved really, really fast, and the future plans for the platform, as I said, the predictive AI coming in, but we've also got a really cool navigation feature. So the idea is to make this type of technology accessible to everyone. So at the moment, we've got it in English, Afrikaans, and Zulu. We are adding 2 more languages this year. But the main thing is the app is now turning into intelligence, right? But not only for infrastructure, but for billing too. Because every single meeting I went to, people obviously had an issue with potholes and water leaks, but the one word that came up in every single meeting was your municipal bills, right? And CityMender is launching the most incredible billing intelligence technology for residents. And it's going to be the first type of technology that actually overlays our infrastructure data, which we have a lot of, and your bills. So the billing is going to be really, really cool, and it's just going to add that other aspect on the app. But I think the main thing is we are launching in another African country. It just shows how South Africa, with all of its problems, can generate some really innovative solutions that can be used across Africa. So if you want to get a hold of us, the best way is via email. Our email addresses are on the app, on the website, or obviously the website. So www.citymendersa.co.za. And then we're also on all the social media. So Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, the list goes on. But yeah, you can contact us on any of those platforms.